Hey, Mom and Dad, I just want to say I love you. Congratulations on 30 years of marriage. It's hard to believe that y'all been together that long, but also I'm 27, so it makes sense. Anyway, I love y'all, and I'm excited to see what the Lord's doing with y'all, and excited to see what's going to happen in the next few years. Anyway, love y'all.
Happy anniversary,
Happy
Mom and
anniversary.
Dad. 30 years. That's so crazy. I am Courtney, the second born oldest daughter.
I'm Nathan. I'm the first, by 3 weeks, I'm the first in-law.
I'm Bryce, the third born, and evidently your favorite because you let me keep moving back in, but that's who I am.
Hi, I'm Hannah, soon to be Wagahoff. Happy anniversary, Brother Brian and Miss Fixie. Congratulations.
Hi, Mom and Dad. We're your kids. Happy anniversary.
So one of my favorite memories, and it's just, I'm not gonna say favorite memories, one of the funniest memories I have with Mom and Dad. We were all in the kitchen in Tulsa. Dad was pestering Mom. I think that's where I get it. So Dad was pestering Mom, and Mom got sick and tired of it, was wearing a skirt, but forgot she was wearing a skirt. Turned around to kick my dad in the butt, and just, with one foot, got into her skirt, and the skirt pulled her other foot out from underneath her, and she just fell. And everybody was dying. It is quite hilarious. Every time I think about that, I giggle a little bit.
What is our favorite memory of Mom and Dad? That's actually a pretty hard one. I feel like I have too many for each stage of my life. What's yours?
My favorite memory is probably the first time that we all started hanging out together, and I came to your house whenever we started dating, and it just made me feel so welcome, so at home, and we played board games, and they made me laugh until I cried.
He does cry a lot. I feel like my favorite childhood memory would be, I feel like we had a lot of memories living in the Sircoxie house, from like swimming to going to Silver Dollar City like almost every Monday because Dad was off on Mondays and we had season passes. Those were pretty great memories. I also, for some reason, anytime I think of Mom and Dad and like growing up, I think of like my friends coming over all the time, and like they were just always Mom and Dad to everybody, and that was always super special to me because my friends loved them and they always wanted to come to my house and hang out, and that was always really cool. And then also one that wasn't a childhood memory, but whenever we told Mom and Dad that we were pregnant with Hudson, that was a really good memory. It was fun. I cry every time I watch the video. But
My favorite memories, there's so many to pick from, but like for Dad, it would be anything from the noises he made in the car, from like when he's stopping and doing the to even the anytime a song would end, he would go which is something that I've picked up and I do more often than I know that I do it, and thanks Dad for teaching me that, and just the small quirky things that you've passed on to me. For Mom, it's just, there's too many to count, like the times that she would get up with me and watch Sports Center, or the times that she would sit with us and play games or help us with school, just the small stuff that Mom, those were the memories that just stick out to me.
So my favorite memory of Mom, when I was little and I couldn't wipe myself, I would always yell, "Mommy, I'm done." And one time, the 3 older kids convinced me to yell it at her when I was not in the bathroom. And we all hid in our bedroom, and I just remember her looking frantically for me and wondering where the crap I went to the bathroom, because I wasn't in the bathroom. And then Dad, one year, it was a Sunday holiday, I don't remember if it was Mother's Day or Father's Day, but he let us all go swimming with him on Sunday afternoon. And I always called for mom to help me out of my swimsuit because I hated wet swimsuits, and the whole family like ganged up on me and told me that I wasn't allowed to call for her. And so we went back inside, and I think my dad was just scared to wake my mom. And we went inside, and I almost yelled for my mom, and Courtney came in and was like, absolutely not. And like afterwards, my dad was like, you did really well.
My favorite memory is whenever Carrie and I were dating, and we went on our Jeeping adventure, and we went and got ice cream, and then we went to Fred's property, and we was bombing up the hill, and I look back in the mirror, and you guys are freaking out, and then I just look at Carrie, and she's just munching on her ice cream, and it was a good time.
Yeah, and mom looked more scared than dad was, but dad was just as scared.
What sets mom and dad apart from other couples? I kind of mentioned it already in my favorite memories, but I feel like they just have so much love, like, that they did not just extend to us, like, they extend it to everyone. I feel like they're just such loving people. Like I said, all of my friends always wanted to come hang out at my house because my family was just always so loving towards them, and by family I mean my parents, but they just are so loving and caring. And obviously when you have that much love and care for other people that extend outside of your family, then obviously for each other it's just so much more than that. And obviously I feel like having a God-centered relationship is so important. I feel like they've always had that, but
That's what I was gonna say.
oh, I was wondering why you were laughing.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Just because, I mean, everyone feels like family around them, and that's partially the reason we even got together was because just they're so open and welcoming to anyone, and they will accept you as a part of their family before you even have a reason to be a part of their family. So
What sets mom and dad apart from other couples, and I don't want to say it like other couples don't love each other, but I feel like mom and dad have a genuine love for each other. It's never wavering, and I feel like even though there have been some ups and downs and some difficult times, at the end of the day, they both love each other, and they show that love to their children. They show the love to the people in the church, and we've seen it everywhere we've gone, and that love has spread and been shown to everybody that's come into the house. And that's why they're just mom and dad to everybody. And it's just because they know how to love each other, and they know how to share that love with other people.
One thing that I think sets mom and dad apart is that dad's very outgoing and very talkative, and mom's not. And I could probably count on one hand the amount of times that I've heard dad call her by her real name. And I could count on one hand the amount of times that mom has not used dad's government name when speaking to him.
Something mom and dad have taught me that has made a huge difference in my life would be that God made me exactly who I am for a reason. And they've reminded me my whole life that I'm strong-willed and obnoxious. And I remember having a conversation with them when I was in high school, and they told me it's not wrong to be strong-willed. It's not wrong to be stubborn. It's not wrong. You just have to redirect it into the right thing. You have to use it to glorify God instead of using it in the negative connotation that people usually do. And I feel like that has helped me more in my relationship with God, and even my relationship with my husband and raising my kids. I feel like it has helped me stand firm in my faith and know what I believe and why I believe it, and to never back down, and to always be myself and push for the right thing. And that has just made a huge impact in my life, knowing that it's not wrong. You just have to redirect it and make sure I'm doing the right thing.
Probably the greatest thing they ever taught me is just sometimes you gotta realize nobody cares.
What they taught me that has made a big difference in my life, probably just money management and just how to spend my money. And I mean, they're still teaching me that as the older I get, and just time management, money management, anything like that. But the biggest thing is, as parents, they would let us fail, which would teach us how to deal with the circumstances. And that, in and of itself, has taught me more than anything else, like any teaching moment that they could have taught me. They would give us freedom, which would, if we would mess up, we would have to deal with the circumstances of it. So as I get older, I realize that was it would hurt them, but inevitably they were teaching us something bigger than we could even understand. And that really has made a big difference in my life.
One thing that Mom and Dad have taught me over the years, I went to Mom one time. I was really nervous about something, and I thought that I was kind of gonna get her to see my perspective on something. I was really anxious about this one thing, and I was like, well, haven't you ever thought about it? And she was like, yeah, it's terrifying. I was like, okay, so what? And she was like, well, just don't think about it. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. You can't control it. I've just decided not to worry about it. And I was like, oh, okay. And so she was just very good about not worrying me more, and she's always been very good at that, trying to keep me level-headed, which is a very difficult job. And I love that Dad, it does not matter what the conversation is, he can either go in depth with you about the most mind-boggling things, or he can sit and laugh with you for hours. It's not a problem. And I love that with him being in a position of authority, you can still tell that he is just a fun guy. He just has a good time.
The one thing that made a huge difference in my life was actually on my wedding day, our wedding day. Whenever Brother Susie was like, who gives this woman away? And then Brian said his mother and I. So
Her mother and I.
her mother and I.
Yeah, that does change things.
Yeah.
What do we wish for the future for Mom and Dad? I wish that Dad takes you on all the dream vacations you've ever hoped for. I know you've already traveled a lot in the last few years, and I'm pretty jealous. But regardless, I hope he takes you to Paris, and I hope he takes you to Italy and all the places you've ever wanted to go, and you get to travel and see the world. And I hope that you have fun doing so, and I hope that you have many, many happy years to come, and that you just remember me.
I hope that you guys can have many, many more wonderful sleepovers with your grandkids, and starting today, because we packed their bags and they're in your trunk already.
Yeah, enjoy that.
Now, what do I wish for the future? Well, it's been 30 years, so let's go for another 30, and probably even more than that. And I hope you get so many grandchildren, and I hope that you guys get to be able to see your great-grandchildren. And I know it's just the beginning of each and every one of our kids' lives, but I can't wait to see what the future holds for you guys as grandparents and great-grandparents. And as I said before, in the future, I hope your love continues to shine, and making differences in people's lives. whoever it may touch. Maybe it may be people in the church, or maybe it will be your great-grandchildren, but I hope the love that you guys show to each other will shine to other people's lives in the future. And that's what I wish for you guys in the future.
My hope for mom and dad in the coming years, I hope that they live long enough to see like the grandkids grow up and like graduate and stuff, and see our kids become absolute bosses, you know, just in life in general.
My wish for them in the coming years is that they get a cool car, we can all go cruising together.
And preferably that would be like in the coming year, but we're not picky.